And speaking about what the fans want in a movie, um, how do you think we at least us fans would be able to change the trajectory of a failing franchise? What would be your opinion on that one?
Whoa. I mean, that's a tricky one because I'm not a big fan of just retconning things out of existence.
Hmm.
Um, but at the same time, like sometimes you just need to recognize this just hasn't worked, and we need to start over. You almost have to just say, right, forget everything. We're starting again from scratch. Um, but it just depends on the franchise. Like if you were to put me in charge of Star Wars now and say, fix it, I genuinely wouldn't know where to start with it because it's so messed up now. Same with like the Terminator franchise.
Yeah.
After Dark Fate came out and tried to rewrite the whole series, how would I fix that? I think the only response would be I just have to forget that that film even happened and try and go back to an earlier point and work from there. It's really tricky. The first step towards at least getting something back on track, assuming it's like a franchise that can be salvaged, um, you just need to take a really honest look about what worked and what didn't work with your most recent movies. Like, why are fans turning away from this? Okay, we need to stop doing that thing, um, and try and find a way to reassure the fan base. Hey, we're just wanting to tell a good story. That's it. We just want to tell the best story we can. But yeah, it's a really difficult one. When franchises start to go down the tubes, it's really hard to bring them back.
Hmm. Yeah, it's also so hard to make that decision as well, because what if your version also fails? Am I right?
Yeah. Well, the
Mm,
Terminator franchise is a great example of that. Because they had the first three, which kind of kept to the same rough chronology. They did Salvation, which was set in the future, which is fine. It doesn't interfere with anything. It's its own thing. Then they went and did Terminator Genesis, which rewrites all the things that happened in the
yeah,
first from the
everything.
first movie onwards, really. That didn't work. Nobody liked it. So then they came back and did Dark Fate and said, okay, forget about everything that happened from Terminator 2 onwards. That's all just gone now, and we are just doing our own new timeline. And again, that didn't work. So you now have to wonder, well, what on earth would you do now with Terminator to try and get it back on track? Would you then have to
Mm.
pretend that Dark Fate never happened and Genesis never happens? Like, it's completely messed up.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
since we're talking about Terminator, what would be your fix on that one after Dark Fate, if you're given the project? So.
Put a halt to all Terminator productions forever. Just don't do any more.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not even convinced it's the kind of concept that really can be done as a franchise. You know, I was talking with Mahler about this, and my opinion is very much look, every film is just a variation of the same idea. The Terminator sent back in time to kill a person, and you got to stop it and save that person.
Mm.
Terminator 2, as awesome as it was, it's one of my favorite movies ever. It's really just rehashing the plot of the first movie, but with like a different Terminator. That's essentially it.